Welcome to my 2024 Royal Rumble review and recap, where we saw Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble. He went back-to-back like Stone Cold 97 and 98, and we'll get into it. But there was 4 matches on the card. We're going to start off with the Women's Royal Rumble, where there was pretty much 2 favorites, Becky Lynch and Bayley. And Bayley ended up winning the match. She came out at number 3. Not really a big surprise. A pretty good performance. Liv Morgan came out at number 30. You know, a lot of people were expecting AJ Lee, me included. Didn't happen. But Trinity, aka Naomi, made her return to WWE and pretty, came out with a glow fest. Seizure warning, wasn't applied, but... So she, fresh off the TNA, boat. Well done. And yeah, she made a surprise return. And who else made a surprise debut was Jordynne Grace, the current TNA Knockouts champion, which was a bit of a surprise. This popped me. If you went on the dirt sheet, you would have found that out, but I tried to avoid that. I just wanted to get into the match. Was a little bit sloppy when Maxine Dupree got involved. I don't know what was going on with her and her spots, but they were really bad. Like I was just like, geez, this needs some work. But yeah, going over the match, there was 30 women who came out. It was pretty good. It kept me entertained most of the match. Becky Lynch came out, Big Pop, Nia Jax came out, looked dominant, didn't really get eliminations. Jade made her debut and she looked good. Was in the final 3 with the returning Liv Morgan coming out at 30. There was a final 3, pretty chaotic finish. And yeah, Bayley comes out the victor, and she's probably going to be challenging her girl, Io Sky, at WrestleMania after they probably kicked Bayley out of Damage Control. But we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, it was a pretty good match though. Moving on, so Seth Rollins wasn't on the card at all due to an injury. So moving on to the WWE Universal Undisputed, whatever you want to call it, Championship. Firstly, I am so sick to death of this Solo Sikoa coming out and interfering crap. I got so mad watching this. I was like, I swear to God if this happens again. But this is probably building to The Rock interfering in the Cody Roman match at WrestleMania with The Rock stops Solo Sikoa. I don't know. If I see this again, I'm going to freak the F out. But the match ended with AJ was going for a phenomenal forearm, got crotched on the ropes by LA Knight. Knight takes a Superman punch, Roman hits a spear, and AJ gets the pin. It was pretty obvious who was going to win this match. Not really any doubt. I originally thought The Rock was going to come out at the end, but the match placement's got a bit changed, so this match was actually second on the card. So there was no Rock. It just went Roman won, transition to Cody in the back. So I guess I'll move on too. And this match really surprised me. I really liked this match. It was the Maverick Logan Paul against Kevin the Prizefighter Owens, where the spot right here got me. The referee sees the brass knuckles that Grayson Waller and LA Knight brought out to help Logan Paul win. The referee catches the brass knuckles right before the count of 3. It was unreal. Yeah, it actually popped me. I felt like a real mark watching this match. I was like, holy crap. I've just never really seen that finish. It was pretty good. Kevin Owens looked really good. He was selling the hand. Logan Paul looked athletic as F. The dude's in his prime. Looking good like the energy drink. But yeah, I really recommend this match. It was really good. And Logan Paul, retained after a DQ, and then Kevin Owens took liberty with Logan Paul and powerbombed through a table. So now moving on to the main event, it was the Royal Rumble. You could either challenge Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. They were both in the Skybox, as we later found out in the match. There were 2 favorites heading into this, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Cody Rhodes won the 2023 Royal Rumble, and CM Punk hasn't been in a Rumble in 10 years. So what's going to give here? The match started with the Usos, Jay starting at number 1 and Jimmy at number 2. And it was alright. It was a bit yeety. I enjoyed the first 10 minutes. And, these two didn't really go anywhere. Like, Jay didn't take Jimmy out. Jimmy didn't take Jay out. Like, I thought it was setting up a match with them at Mania, but yeah, I was a little disappointed how that ended. Number 4 was Andrade, making his return after being in AEW for the last couple of years. He made a pretty good appearance. It just kind of moved on in the match. There was, Carlito came out, Shinsuke, Escobar. It just kind of moved on. Lashley came out. Him and Cross had a bit of a fight outside the ring with AOP gotten involved. It was just sort of like a typical brawl. What else happened? The big boys came in. Big Bronson Reed, Gunther, Ivar, Braun Breaker. Kofi came out and he didn't even do a spot, so I'm kind of glad they're moving on from that. I saw a lot of people, they weren't happy. The Pat McAfee spot, oh my god. What the hell was that? I was pretty disappointed. Cody came out at 15, and then CM Punk came out at lucky number 27. He teased earlier in the day, did an Instagram post showing off the Lex Luger Bret Hart 94 or 95 finish, where both men won, but I think it was a tease that he was going to come out at number 27, which Bret Hart did that year. So it was kind of just moving along. Drew McIntyre finally came out, and then Sami Zayn was number 30, which I completely disagree. Why was Zayn at this spot? You could have changed it up. I think 30 could have been someone a lot better. I like Sami Zayn. He was a really big star last year, but his momentum's fallen off a lot after him and KO lost the tag team belts. But it wasn't really about Zayn. He was only in for a few minutes. The main focus was Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. There was Gunther and Drew McIntyre in the final 4. Drew and Gunther kind of got their way out, and then we spent about 7-8 minutes with Cody and CM Punk going back and forth. CM Punk hit a GTS on Cody, but Cody actually reversed the final GTS, reversing it, and then throwing CM Punk over the top rope to win his second Royal Rumble back-to-back, and then he pointed at your boy Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, in the skybox, pretty much declaring that he's going to go for Reigns, which is the only real way to finish the story. It was a pretty good match, but it was a bit disappointing, to be honest. I just expected a bit more surprise returns, and it was a bit boring in some parts. But just to wrap this up, the Women's Rumble, I think it was better than the men's. Surprises were better, honestly, and I kind of like the finish a little bit more with Bayley winning. I was really surprised Becky Lynch didn't win, but Roman in the Fatal 4-Way, it was kind of... I just kind of expected a bit more as well. Obviously there wasn't going to be a title change. Really disappointed with the same shtick of Solo Sikoa interrupting the matches with the Samoan Spike. In the picture, he's showing him stacking them up. The finish was kind of cool, but please, Roman, drop the damn belt at WrestleMania to Cody. I'm so over this bloodline. The Maverick, Logan Paul, and Kevin Owens. Terrific match. Logan Paul winning by DQ after the referee notices the brass knuckles. It was really good stuff. Roman, freaking hell. Logan Paul was, I think he's really great. And he's, taking this to fish to water, as Corey Graves would like to say. Jimmy and Jay starting off the Rumble. I thought that was pretty cool. Didn't really go anywhere, like I was saying. They could have had this a bit better. I think Jay should have been the one to eliminate Jimmy. Jay got all the way to the end just before Zayn came out. And, I think that was a bit disappointing. Andrade coming back was very cool. There just wasn't enough surprises for me. Really. And I think that's the main complaint I've seen online. And Sami Zayn being number 30, props to Zayn for coming back. But, it's just not the spot. Cody winning was probably the best choice. It makes it a lot smoother of a path to get to Roman. Now CM Punk is probably going to the Elimination Chamber and winning that and becoming a number 1 contender for Seth. I'm going to be at that show, so I might see Punk win the Chamber. But we saw Cody redeem himself after losing to Roman Reigns last year at WrestleMania, and he's going back to back in the main events against Roman. There was no Rock, thank goodness. And if you guys liked what you saw in this review, try to get it done quickly. and recapped it. But yeah, if you want to subscribe, that'd be awesome, and like the video, and thanks very much for watching.